Hi everyone, so hope that you are all fine, and today I'm going to show you Friday's homework. Most of you have sent it to me and I have seen it. I'm not going to reply to every email, but it's important to send it to me so that I can have some feedback from you and whether you are working correctly or not. So here you're seeing the first question for homework, question 3, and the answer is x is equal to 2. Okay, you can see also the working. And also you had question 5, which is here, question 5. The answer is x is equal to 7. You can see all the working also here as well. The other question was question 6 on page 10. As you can see, I have drawn a small triangle with sides x, x and 6, and x is equal to 7 centimeters. Last question was question 9, and the answer is 11 centimeters each. The equation was 2x plus 9 is equal to 31. Solving it, and x is equal to 11 centimeters. So, today's lesson is from page 11 and 12, and it is about changing the subject of the formula. What we call the subject of the formula. Okay, subject of the formula. So, first of all, what is the subject of the formula? So, the subject of a formula is the letter which is on its own. So, for example, if we have this equation, this formula, a is equal to b plus c, a is on its own, on this side. So, a is said that it is the subject of the formula. Okay? If we need b, the subject of the formula, we need to arrange this equation so that b is alone on one side of the equation. So to get b the subject of the formula, we know that we have plus c, which is extra on that side. We don't need it there. Okay, so we have to change its side. So change side, change sign. So plus c becomes a minus c is equal to b. So now b is the subject of the formula. Okay, so we have to use the properties that we have used for solving equations, okay, to change the subject of the formula. What I'm saying is that when we have addition, if we take it to the other side, it will become negative, okay, subtraction. If it is subtraction, it will become addition. If it is multiplication, it will become division. If it is division, it will become multiplication. So in order to change the subject of the formula from one variable to another, use the inverse operations. As I said, plus, it will become minus. Plus, minus times division, division will become times. And follow the rules we use for solving equations. And here on page 11 you have some examples. Okay, you have some examples. So we have y is equal to mx plus c. This is the equation of a straight line graph, which we're going to encounter later on. Okay, and as you can see here, y is the subject of the formula. Okay, y is the subject of the formula. But of course we can put x the subject of the formula, we can put m the subject of the formula, and even c. Okay, and I'm going to show you how we can do it. You have all the working here, okay, but I'm going to work them out so that you can follow what I'm doing. So let's take the first one. X, the subject of the formula. So we have the equation, which is y is equal to mx plus c. So I need x as the subject of the formula. I'm going to write it in the brackets so that we know that we need x as the subject of the formula. So x is in this term. We call this term, okay, mx. Now, we have plus c. We need to get rid of that plus c in the first place. So to get rid of plus c, we take it to the other side. So y, always write the letter that is not going to change first. So y minus c plus, it will become minus, is equal to mx. Now, we have m times x, okay? We have m times x. Remember that mx is equal to m times x, okay? The inverse proportion of multiplication, as we said, is division, okay? So we are going to take m to the other side, division, and we write division in algebra as all over, okay, as a fraction. So we're going to write y minus c on m is equal to x. So now x is the subject of the formula. Let's take the second one, where we have to put m, the subject of the formula, very similar to here, but I'm going to work it out so that you can see. So y is equal to mx plus c. Again, we have plus c. M, which we need as the subject of the formula, is in this term, in mx, okay? So we need to get rid of this plus c, as we did in the previous example. Now, as here we have m times x, but this time we need m, the subject of the formula, so we need to get rid of the x. So in this case, instead of y minus c on m, I'm going to write y minus c on x, because I need m on its own, m as subject of the formula. The last one, y is equal to mx plus c, and we need c as the subject of the formula. So c is already on its own, okay? And it is positive. This is very important, that c, the letter that we want as the subject of the formula, is positive. So here it is positive, so that's very good. And we have this term, mx, which is one term, so that one term we're going to move it to the other side as it is, okay? As mx. Now, mx is positive. We have a plus sign here, okay? We have a plus sign there. So, we need c, the subject of the formula, so we're going to move this whole term together, okay? That whole term together. So c, it will remain c here. We have y, always write that first, so y, we have plus mx, which is minus mx on the other side. As you can see here on page 11, okay, you have also the working. There's no need to change the sides, okay, as there are in the notes. I mean, this is correct, okay, this step is correct. Doesn't matter if m is on the other side. It is still the subject of the formula. On page 12, you have several questions to work out, and I'm going to work out the first three. Okay, I'm going to work out the first three. The letter which you want to make the subject of the formula is always in the bracket. So here, x is in the bracket, so we need x as the subject of the formula. Here we have a, so a the subject of the formula. We have q here, so q the subject of the formula, and so on for the others. Okay? Let's start from question 1. So, we need x as the subject of the formula. X is in this term, 5xy, okay? And the equal sign is here. So we have plus z and minus 4d. We need to put them on the other side. So we have plus x and minus 4d. Okay, I'm not saying plus x minus 4d because plus x plus z is one term, minus 4d is another term. Okay, so we need to take this term to the other side and this term to the other side. Okay, so on this side I'm going to have 5xy. So 5xy is equal to, here we have q, which we're not going to change its side, so write q. We have plus z. So on the other side I'm going to write minus z. We have minus 4d, so on the other side I'm going to write plus 4d. Okay, now I want x. With x I have multiplied 5 and multiplied y. Okay, so 5xy, we can write it as x times 5y. Okay, x times 5y. So to eliminate 5y, we need to divide by 5y so that they can cancel out. Okay, so x is equal to q minus z plus 4d all over 5y. And that's the answer. We have x on its own. X as the subject of the formula. They seem a little bit tricky, okay? You must pay attention, okay? Regarding which terms are you going to change. Always remember that you need to eliminate those terms that don't have that letter that you want as subject of the formula, okay? So here we have a, we want a as the subject of the formula. On this side of the equal, we have a plus b plus c. We don't want b, we don't want c with a. Okay, so we need to get rid of those on and put them on the other side. So I cannot write equal underneath the equal here, okay, because I must write more on this side. So I'm going to write the equal sign here. So we have 2s on this side, so I'm going to start from 2s. Now we have plus b. To eliminate positive b from this side, we must subtract it from this side. Not only from this side, but from both sides. So I'm going to write minus b. Here we have plus c, so subtracted minus c is equal to a. A is on its own, so a is the subject of the formula. And that's the answer. Question 3. So, question 3, we have P is equal to QR, and we need Q the subject of the formula. Now, as I have mentioned before, in question 1 and even the examples on page 11, when we have QR, it means Q times R. Now, let me write it down. Q times R, okay? So, to eliminate R, we need to divide by R on both sides. So P on R is equal to Q. And that's the answer. Because Q is on its own, okay, Q is called the subject of the formula. So I'm going to leave the other questions for you, okay? Always remember that you need to make the letter in the bracket as the subject of the formula. Okay, you have to work out all this sheet up to question 12. With this topic of changing the subject of the formula, we have finished the topic of algebra. Okay, and as from tomorrow we will start another topic. Hope that you have understood the lesson. and that you can work out these sums. Okay, good luck and take care.